The city of Kinston packs in 3 centuries of history and a whole lot more.
Yeah, in our earlier show, the 5 o'clock half hour, I've had a chance to tackle some history here in Kinston. I went to the CSS News Center there where they keep that ironclad boat. It's absolutely gorgeous. The remnants of the giant CSS News, just fascinating to see there. The history in that building is spectacular. Also, I got a chance to see Harmony Hall, some fantastic stories there. It's the oldest house in Kinston, and it's had some pretty important people not only visit, but work and live there. It's a challenge that Angela and I kind of gave each other. Let's take 2 hours and see who can learn the most about Kinston.
I think I had more fun. In part 2 of our challenge, there were no disappointments for me at all, and I'm sure you would agree.
Tell me what your interests are and we'll point in that direction.
History, nature.
A history buff myself, I simply could not let Jeff have all the fun of stepping back in time. We made a stop on West Vernon Avenue to explore the celebrated life of one of North Carolina's earliest leaders at the Governor Richard Caswell Museum.
It actually started back in the 1950s as a way to preserve the gravesite of the first governor of the state of North Carolina.
North Carolina's first governor, Richard Caswell, and several of his family members are buried behind the memorial. Caswell was elected governor back in 1776. Morris Bass works to make sure North Carolinians know their history and recognize Kinston as the historic place that it is. He does not want any confusion with another first place in the state.
Tryon Palace is the royal governor. In other words, that governor was appointed by the King of England. Caswell was elected by the Colonial Assembly, which became the state legislature, and then they are the ones who elected the governor out of their ranks, and Richard Caswell was considered the best candidate.
Also at the museum, I was shocked to find the signature of a famous person on display in one of Caswell's law books. We'll fill you in on whose signature is there in just a bit.
Not only is it Richard Caswell's signature, but the other famous person. And they look at it and they're like, oh my God, I don't believe that's here.
In Kinston.
In Kinston.
And with the clock ticking, we look for places that would appeal to my 9-year-old son, and that place is the Newsway Nature Park. At the Nature Center, there's so much to do. Live animals, stuffed animals, animals in cages, and animals in the water. Jeff, you're really missing out on this one. Hey! From Oliver the talking African gray parrot.
Happy birthday.
To snakes is the perfect place to see exhibits that include plants and animals native to North Carolina. And right below the Nature Center is what we call the cave. It's very much so like a natural cave. There's more than 12 exhibits and it's all free to the public. Bobby Cox is the center's director. There's a planetarium and health and science museum, campgrounds, community fishing options. You can even go canoeing and kayaking or hop on the Big Daddy Express for only $1.
You want to have a place for your kids to go where they can learn things. Not only that, they can have fun while they're learning. And you also want a relaxing environment such as a park to be in, and with the river in the background.
And that's the type of setting that keeps thousands of visitors coming back each year.
That was fun, man. That was great.
I'm tired, but that was so much fun. I cannot believe Kinston has all this to offer and so much more.
You can spend an hour on the history in this building.
And still so much more that we did not get a chance, and that was probably, what, 5 to 6 stops along the way? And we still have not.
We barely touched it.
Yeah, barely touched it. And that famous signature is actually Thomas Jefferson's signature. But we're going to challenge you to go to our website and see if you can spot it on that page. It took me a second, but once I got it, Jeff, I was blown away.
You know, you look pretty comfortable in that cave, too. I might have to drop you off there on the way back. Hey, what I did at 5 o'clock, my piece is online at WNCT.com, along with a lot more on the history of Kinston. So check that out at your leisure.